Majestic waterfalls, a hot spring, a lagoon surrounded by rivers, and all sorts of attractions for the whole family. In this magic town and its surroundings, you will find mainly natural riches, as well as splendid religious architecture. Without a doubt, the most notable things in the main square are the colorful church, its Mudejar-style kiosk, and the statue of Capulina. There are more than 200 factories and workshops that produce millions of Christmas ornaments every year. Chignahuapan comes from the Nahuatl, chicnahui, which means 9, atl means water, and the suffix pan, which means on or in, over the 9 waters or where the water abounds. It was inhabited by Totonacs during the pre-Hispanic era, and it was not until the 10th century that they began coexisting with Nahuas, Otomíes and Tepehuas. In 1527, the town of Santiago Chiquinahuitle, 9 waterholes, was founded, and missionaries came to settle here. The kiosk is unique in Mexico, as it is made 100% of wood. Built in 1871 with the delicate framework very characteristic of Mudejar art, it rests on 8 wooden pillars and has a raised platform, as well as wooden pieces that highlight its unmistakable colors. In all its years of existence, its paint has only been touched up a couple of times. Right below it is a fountain. At one time, it was believed that the water from the fountain was sacred. The kiosk was also used for a long time by the town's musicians, since the shape of its ceiling allowed for impeccable acoustics. Currently, you cannot climb it because its structure would not support the weight of several people at the same time. A few feet away from the kiosk are the emblematic letters of Chignahuapan. Gaspar Enaine Perez, better known as Capulina, was born in Chignahuapan, Puebla, on January 6, 1926. The king of white humor moved with his family to Mexico City at the age of 6. At the age of 10, he made his film debut with a brief participation in Allá en el Rancho Chico, a parody of the Mexican film classic Allá en el Rancho Grande. The parish of Santiago Apostol was founded in the 16th century. The facade that is now seen made of mortar was designed and retouched between 1752 and 1822, but not before the indigenous people did their thing there, hiding their gods among the Catholic images. If you look carefully, Tlaloc is hidden among fruits and reliefs. Gargoyles are snakes that silently keep prayers directed to none other than Quetzalcoatl. And at the top, the Apostle James appears in high relief with his horse and his drawn sword. In the tower on the right side is the first clock made by the renowned clock factory Centenario de Zacatlán, and inside the church, on a neoclassical altar, the Virgin of the Assumption. It is accompanied by a pair of Baroque altarpieces on the sides. The Ajolot bus is a double-decker bus that takes visitors to the main attractions of Chignahuapan. It is a guided group tour. There is a tour guide on board of each Ajolot bus who offers passengers a description of the town and its tourist attractions. So we are in Chignahuapan now, and this is the little bus that is gonna take us around town. It's a nice view, pretty cool view, and we'll see how the ride goes. There are about 200 shops in Chignahuapan of handcrafted glass Christmas ornaments and about 3,000 people that make them. The Ajolot bus tour costs 120 pesos per person, or about $5, and it lasts around 1 hour and a half. Buses leave every 20 minutes. There are many Ajolot bus agents selling tickets in the Zócalo. There is also a stand right next to the parish of Santiago Apostol. It is absolutely worth it, since you will visit some of the most emblematic sites of Chignahuapan. The Immaculate Conception, found here, measures almost 40 feet and is one of the tallest indoor religious sculptures in Latin America. Made of cedar wood by the artist José Luis Silva, it portrays the Virgin Mary defeating the devil and placing her feet in the world while she carries baby Jesus. In addition, the biblical scene of Adam and Eve expelled from paradise appears. In 1972, the sculpture and the temple in which it is located were inaugurated, which was promoted in 1999 to a minor basilica by the Catholic Church. Again in the main square, you can see the parish of James the Apostle, the municipal palace, the kiosk, and the statue of Capulina. Its planners, of course, adorned the surroundings and interior of the buildings of this beautiful enclosure, not to mention the Chignahuapan letters to take the classic photo. In 1880, a petrified mushroom was found, in which there are several religious images, such as that of a crucified Christ. This is now located in the Mushroom Sanctuary, which is located in the Ixtlahuaca neighborhood. On May 3rd of each year, it is celebrated with dances and masses in its honor. The impressive figure of Quetzalcoatl descent welcomes you once you reach the Chignahuapan Lagoon. The feathered serpent looks imposing as it descends on a path with steps as if it were heading straight down to the lagoon. A mythical place in this magic town that, regardless of the season of the year, impresses everyone who dares to come to visit. Multicolored walls with textures, glitter, glass, and iconic elements of Chignahuapan make up 120 meters of murals called the Paseo de las Catrinas along Nigromante Street, from whose corner the god Quetzalcoatl emerges. Even though the protagonist of the Paseo de las Catrinas is Quetzalcoatl, you can't miss every piece that has been captured in these murals. They are a true delight for art lovers. More than 20 artists and collaborators participated in its making, which include children, young people, and adults. Directed by Héctor Castilla, an artistic reference from the Chignahuapan region. Inaugurated on November 2020, the Paseo de las Catrinas has become one of the best ways to visually learn about the history of Chignahuapan, as the legends around Mictlán and the fundamental role of its lagoon have been captured here. You can also see symbols such as the Xoloescuintle dog, ajolote, formerly endemic to the municipality, Catrinas, and an allegory of pre-Hispanic symbols that addresses the history of the magic town, with touches of contemporary strokes. Héctor Castilla has mentioned that Chignahuapan is the first step to reach the underworld. And with all those beliefs behind the majesty of the town, you just had to have murals that portray everything that this Poblano municipality has to offer. Back to the Ajolot bus and around Lake Chignahuapan. There are different places of special interest around the lake, such as the open-air theater. The lagoon is fed by 9 springs that in turn feed the Tuliman and Salto de Quetzalapan waterfalls, which are very close to here and are totally worth taking the time to go and enjoy them. This body of water used to be one of the 3 natural homes of the ajolote, an emblematic amphibian endemic to Mexico. The other 2 are Lake Xochimilco in Mexico City and Lake Pátzcuaro in Michoacán. Among the activities that can be done in the lagoon are renting a boat or kayak, picnic since there are several kiosks with grills. There are also restaurants that offer typical food from the area, fishing season, and trout fishing tournaments, among others. The annual Festival of Light and Life is a pre-Hispanic purification ritual and festival that is celebrated during the Day of the Dead. Ajolot bus passengers will enjoy several wine tastings at Casa Esmeralda, all of which are included in the ticket price. Casa Esmeralda is a winery that produces a variety of wines, liquors, beers, and other artisanal food products. There is the wine tasting, cheese, and some other surprises that you can't miss. A local guide will give you a description and a brief history of the place. Casa Esmeralda has different types of ajolot on display. The ajolot is an amphibian endemic to Mexico. It has a charming and tender appearance, but it also has impressive features. Just like salamanders, the ajolot has the ability to regenerate its limbs, but it can also grow tissues such as lungs, eyes, spinal cord, brain, and heart. Ajolot means in Nahuatl, water monster or water dog. It is currently protected since it is an endangered species. This is because their natural habitat is being destroyed by pollution and the introduction of invasive species. Being so sensitive to water quality, it is an indicator of good habitat health. It measures on average 9 inches, and its body is jelly-like. Those little horns that protrude from its head are its gills. When water enters through the mouth, it escapes through these branches. With this process, the ajolot brings oxygen to the blood. They are forever young. They maintain their larval characteristics even when they reach sexual maturity. This phenomenon is called neoteny. After the tastings, there is a room with foosballs and several stalls selling various artisan products. From drinks, artisan bread, pinole, and other crafts. The next stop will be at the Fábrica de Esferas Esnavizo, a factory that produces Christmas decorations. The production of these Christmas decorations is the main industry in Chignahuapan. Chignahuapan produces more than 70 million ornaments in more than 200 of these factories each year, for which the town got its nickname, Christmas Ornaments Capital of Mexico. You will be able to take a tour of the factory and see firsthand how different types of Christmas decorations are made. Your guide will give you a few minutes to explore the exhibition room on your own. You can choose any Christmas decoration from thousands of them. So now you know, Chignahuapan awaits you with all this and much more. There are 200. In Chignahuapan, there are 200 shops